It is the most famous self-introduction from any character in movie history. 3 cool monosyllables, surname first, a little curtly, as befits a former naval commander. And then, as if in afterthought, the first name, followed by the surname again, for all the world as if we needed it narrowed down, and wouldn't recognize one of the world's most famous fictional brands. Sean Connery carried it off with icily disdainful style, perhaps at the baccarat table, in full evening dress with a cigarette hanging from his lips. The introduction was a kind of challenge, or seduction, invariably addressed to an enemy. And the subtly anglicised Edinburgh accent, which appeared to soften or muddy those monosyllables, encouraged legions of comics and pub bores to think that they, too, could do the voice. In the early 60s, Connery's James Bond was about as dangerous and sexy as it got on screen, until directors like Alfred Hitchcock and Sidney Lumet came along, and saw how Connery's on-screen menace could be taken to the next level. Connery became James Bond in 1962 after minor roles in British movies and an appearance in a Walt Disney whimsy called Darby O'Gill and the Little People. As 007, he was an instant, staggering success, conveying exactly the right dangerous sexiness and borderline-sociopathic capacity for disciplined violence, much mocked, much drooled over. The former milkman and bodybuilder was the working-class Bond, a Bond who had come up through the ranks, though director Terence Young reputedly schooled him in the ways of classiness, how to dress, how to light a cigarette. Connery's natural muscular power and wry humor modified the elegance and eccentricity of Bond in just the right way. Ian Fleming was sufficiently impressed to fabricate Scottish roots for Bond in subsequent books. As much as the Beatles, it was Connery's charismatic Bond who kept alive Britain's post-war amour-propre. Does Britain appear to be waning pathetically on the world stage? Oh no. Britain is still powerful, but in secret, you see, like 007. Connery's Bond created the notion that the soft culture brand image, the tricks and the toys, the gadgets and the cars, could be just as potent as real power and wealth. He played the role 7 times, in Dr. No, 1962, From Russia with Love 1963, Goldfinger, 1964, Thunderball, 1965, You Only Live Twice 1967, and then 2 afterthought Bonds, Diamonds Are Forever 1971, when his hairline appeared suddenly to come forward after some years of retreat, and Never Say Never Again 1983, effectively a retread of Thunderball. His public image was merged with that of 007, and he accepted this burden with the same dangerously simmering resentment and controlled anger that made him such a glorious success as Bond. Perhaps only Daniel Radcliffe has experienced the same utter immersion or self-annihilation. Connery went on to great things outside Her Majesty's Secret Service, but it took a while.